On this week's show, we're hunting East Coast whitetails, bouncing back and forth between the eastern shore of Maryland and Pennsylvania. Maryland is one of those sleeper states that you just never know what could come walking out. And in PA, Scott and the crew know how to put mature backyard bucks on the ground.
You like them apples, baby?
Game Changers presents Primal Instinct. After a long summer of thinking about giant whitetails, Scott and the crew finally have the opportunity to get in the stand for the first hunt of the year.
Was that yesterday? Last night? Really?
Maryland's the perfect spot for the Primal Instinct crew to get together, do a little hunting, and kick off the season.
The guys had a little downtime, so they wanted to make sure their bows were still all dialed in.
Not only is Gary the funny guy in camp, but he's pretty smooth on the guitar too. Early season's your best chance to kill a velvet buck, so the guys are going to get geared up and hit the woods. One of the first things we like to do when we get to a place where we're hunting is put out the spy point trail camera. With the 3G wireless service, we can get emails from all over the farm.
Just got this 5-point live camera. And it connected back here, not a whole lot of self-service, so that's a good signal. We'll be able to watch these deer do it. And if we don't kill one tonight, we'll be able to go back down because we'll know exactly what they're doing from home in Pennsylvania. So early season, they get on this. They're pretty easy to kill, so we're hoping it all works out. It's like candy.
After loading up the field with a lot of evolved attraction products, Scott jumped up in the tree to film Gary on the first night.
It's been 8 months, as you can tell. I've been working out. About 25 pounds lighter than the last time you see me, so they better be careful. We're down here on the Reynolds farm in Maryland. This is the earliest bow season's ever opened up here. It's the first part of September. We're in here on some food plots we got set up in here, some clear cuts. I've been seeing some good bucks in here. Some are still in velvet, some in hardhorn. We're going to see if we can't get it done.
Gary had a small buck come out into the food plot, just long enough to get his heart racing.
I'm going to call it quits for the evening. We had a couple of does come out here and a young buck. Nice little 8-point. They moved pretty late. The wind got a little funny with us, so we had some other deer moving over here late, but they were just kind of milling around in there, so I think we saw a deer the first night, so you can't complain about that.
No matter what the weather conditions are, we're in the woods, so the need for high-quality base layers is crucial. With First Lite's 100% merino wool, controlling odor and keeping us warm, we're able to hunt longer. Using high-quality gear in the long run not only saves you money, but is a key to a successful and comfortable hunt.
Primal Primal Instinct brought to you by Easton Bow Hunting. Expect the best. Spy Point, the world's best and most advanced trail cameras.
A weekend of deer hunting with it.
Video with up out of the ground. The Cornbowler. Funny name.
Only by Quality Archery Designs.
If you're looking for the best in high quality, super quiet.
First time for us. My first time was last night, but it was with a camera. I was filming Gowie. But now Dave is filming Gowie. We saw a couple nice bucks last night, but our wind wasn't so good, and we got in late, so we're hoping tonight maybe we'll come out and we can get a better look at it. One definitely looked like a shooter, so it's about 10 after 5. We should be in the woods and settled in by 5:30 and ready to go.
Well, Scott made it back into the food plot. He was going to be hunting that night, but he wasn't about to jump up in the stand without putting out some goodies first.
Well, we're on the eastern shore of Maryland, and the season opened yesterday, and this is my first opportunity to hunt because I filmed last night. So the Bonnie's here today, and afternoons are much better than mornings right now. So we just got in here. It's about 6 o'clock. We got about 2 hours to dark. Last night we saw a couple good bucks over here. We really couldn't make it out. Our wind was bad, but tonight our wind's better. We're open. We just put a spy point out, and we're ready to go. Something nice about that first time of the year after that long summer. Whether if you see something or you don't see something, it's just nice to be back up in the tree again. We had a couple does come in, but it was getting late tonight, and we don't want to take a chance to shoot them in case there's a buck coming. It was too close to dark, so we're going to climb down, head back, get a bite to eat, see what the other guys did, and we're going to head up tonight. We'll be back soon. We're going to see what these cameras tell us, and if these big bucks start showing up on these cameras, we'll be back down here and try to get one of them.
Well, none of the guys connected on the opening couple days in Maryland, so they were packing up and heading back to PA.
With the use of the Quiet Cat, Scott is able to quietly get in and out of some Pennsylvania trail camera locations as scent-free as possible.
Well, the field started filling up with deer, and this cool-looking buck stepped out. He wasn't the biggest deer in the woods, but if he gives Dave a shot, he's going to let him have it. This buck's working across the food plot right into Dave's shooting lane.
Come on, you're not going to hear that, are you? 40 yards, man. I don't know what happened. Crazy buck. Nothing real giant, but I still was going to shoot him. Don't know what happened. 40 yards, laser him at 40. The arrow's out there at 40. They all spooked back. The dudes came running back. I thought for sure he was going to come running back. Something in that woods over there spooked him, but of course he went the other way. But what a night, man. It's the first time in a tree for me in Pennsylvania, so a lot of action tonight. Small bucks, lots of does. Jeremy's on the team this year, and he's got us in a good spot, so we're thankful to be here with him, and he's running camera for me, so it's going to be a good season, I can tell.
One of the coolest blinds on the market today is the Ghost Blind. With a quick and easy setup, I could be blended in no time. No need to ever brush in again. It's like having every camo pattern in one blind. Typical turkey hunting fashion, that bird rarely ever comes in straight ahead. With the individual cutouts of the Ghost Blind, I'm able to spin no matter what direction that turkey comes in and anchor for a shot.
Primal Instinct brought to you by Top Secret Deer Sense.
Insight you should trust.
For movie but the guys rebuild.
With its carbon light riser removing nearly 43% of the weight from the front end, it's more comfortable and you're able to hold for an extended period of time. The Razor has an adjustable butt pad, making it easy for any size shooter to get comfortable. And with a speed of 400 feet per second, you can rest assured it's one of the fastest shooting crossbows on the market today. One of the features I really like about the Razor is the anti-dry fire trigger. It has a spring-loaded, redundant safety bar that remains in place until the bolt is seated properly. With this feature, you don't ever have to worry about the crossbow going off until the bolt is in place. By attaching the Cross 3 arrow quiver, I don't ever have to worry about running out of bolts in the woods. We shoot everything Barnett, from the Razor, the Ghost 410, the Vengeance, and even the BCX Extreme Ultralight. Whether it be a youth hunter or one of the girls on the team, we have no problem finding a Barnett that'll fit them just right. One thing we can tell you for sure, Barnett Crossbows helps Primal Instinct put more animals on the ground.
It's October 30th, and it's rocking in this spot. I'm coming here, my buddy Sean. He's about 60 yards away. Running about 50 yards from probably 100 yards from my mansion. $3-4 million house. It's absolutely beautiful. Bunch of open space back here, and these deer are just running crazy in here. There's lots of does, and the bucks are starting to show up. There's one particular buck we were trying to kill. He's half of a 10 with 3 beams coming off the other side. We get spot point pictures on midnight, and we know it's just a matter of time before one of these does pops, and he's in here with him trying to make love to him.
It didn't take long, and Scott had a borderline shooter walk within 10 yards.
We just had a beautiful 7-point come in and gave me a perfect shot right here, right here, right there. He worked his screen, but he's just not big enough right now. I know there's bigger deer in here, and even though we're running out of time here in PA for early archery, I just don't feel. I just couldn't do it.
Scott's good friend Sean was hunting nearby, and he connected with this really cool-looking buck.
He is cool.
He's awesome, isn't he?
I can't believe how big his base is. I've never seen base like that on a PA deer.
Yes. It's unbelievable.
I've had a pretty slow season up to this point, but now that the rut's finally kicking in, I'm getting some activity. It's just not the activity I'm really looking for. I'm gonna have to ask the neighbor to go drive his Jeep through the woods all the time. That's the first decent buck I've seen. That makes no sense to me. I kept hunting hard. I was determined to connect on one of these Pennsylvania backyard bucks. Well, it's Friday, November 1st, Monday, November 4th, November 5th, back at it again, November 6th. I was coming home from work, right up the road from the field here. And just as I was going by, right smack dab in the middle of the field was the Big 8. It was November 7th. We're completely changing strategies. November 9th, Saturday. Cool, crisp at 30 degrees. Beautiful day to be in the woods. I knew I was putting my time in for a reason. I finally got to lay eyes on one of these giants I was after.
This big shooter was right on a hot doe, but would not leave her side.
Man, what a morning. Started out real slow. I thought deer would be trickling in as soon as we got daylight. We've seen 15, I don't know why I would say we, I'm filming myself. Seen 15 different doe, 3, maybe 4 different spike. We got one cool acting, I grunted to him, he started making a scrape over there. A younger 8-point, which I didn't get on film because by the time I got everything situated, he made it to the other side of the field. And then Big Boy, which we got some footage of. We're down to the last day of the archery season. There's no time left on the clock. It's do or die, today or nothing.
It's about 40 degrees. There's zero wind. It rained overnight. It was perfect sneaking in. We didn't make a peep getting up in the stand. The only problem is I can't hear the deer coming. I turned to reach for a hanky because my nose was running. And there was a spike in the doe standing behind me. And they saw me move and busted me.
When the woods are completely silent and you hear creek water splashing, you better get ready. Something is about to happen.
This buck came walking up out of the creek bed. I had trail camera pictures of him. He was mature, and I was not going to let him go by.
All right. Primal Instinct brought to you by Palmetto State Armory. Awake the iron. And by these fine sponsors.
Baits up to a true to your trade. And
Honey, how many?
Arizona Archery Enterprises. Quality without compromise. The Swing Blade, with 2 blades in one to open game like a zipper, by Outdoor Edge. 3 Rivers Archery, the longbow and recurve experts for over 25 years. Before the break, Chris's morning was quickly heating up.
This buck came walking up out of the creek bed. I had trail camera pictures of him. He was mature, and I was not going to let him go by.
All right.
How do you like them apples, baby? Woo! So filming here in PA. Last day of the archery season. I don't know how big he is. I think it's a 10-point. But man, we just dropped him.
We weren't going to let the last day get away from us. Came out in the stand. We knew the stand was going to produce. I've passed a bunch of buck this year. This is a mature 9-point. He's not the biggest buck I've ever shot, but I don't have to shoot a monster to prove anything to anybody. He's mature. I'm filming myself. We had a great time, great experience. He gave us really cool footage. He came up out of that creek, turned broadside, and it all came together.
We're heading back to Maryland, where Wilson is getting all settled in to kick off the opening day of gun season.
Well, it's in the morning here in Maryland. We wait all year for this. All we've seen this morning has been 3 little does. You know, at first light, I thought it might be something in here. The rut was crazy. Rut was over some time ago. Don't understand it. Never seen a year like this. But we've had some big bucks cruising these food plots. And possibly one of them will come in here this morning, but hadn't happened so far. Hey, some more doses starting to come out. Lonnie, big buck, big buck. That thing's a giant. All right, Lonnie, you get on him. This isn't a question unless it's a sheriff. Not yet. Okay. No, he's fine. Not yet, not yet. Go ahead.
Here's where this is going to blow your mind. So after Wilson drops this legitimate booner, and they're in the blind celebrating, the buck pops up and bolts out of the scene. Definitely heartbreaker. Wilson spent a ton of time looking for that deer all the way through the season, and it was never seen again.
Got a picture of a decent 8 last night. Just after dark, so I slipped up in here and gonna give this a shot.
But we're back in PA. It's late season. It's been a tough season, and Dave's trying one more time to seal the deal.
Dave was hunting a standing bean field, so with the weather like this, he felt pretty confident about a good buck showing up. Everything is working perfect. A shooter is coming right into the beans, and all at once, he saw something he didn't like and stopped on a dime.
All All Dave needs is this buck to take a couple more steps out into the field, and he'll be able to get a shot.
I don't know what happened there, but had some does come in, feeding in the beans there. They stood out there 15 minutes. Here comes my boy, Mr. 8, on time, nice and early. He just comes up over the hill and just doesn't like it. Turns around and walks away. Oh my God.
Next week on Primal Instinct, we're taking a spring turkey tour from Nebraska and Ohio all the way down to South Carolina.
Good job.
Get the cranberry sauce out. The turkeys are down.
Follow us on Facebook at Game Changers TV.
Rock and roll, band, living like a gypsy.
This has been a Chunky Monk Media production.